Hey there, welcome. It's Training Tuesday. I am Suzanne Castle. Glad to see you here today. All the wonky tech gods. Let me tell you, for 2 days, I have struggled with tech. So glad that you hung with me. I'm starting a few minutes late. I want to ask you a question this morning. Are you feeling a little overwhelmed by the demands of running your own business? So are you a small business owner? Maybe you're a shepreneur, a multipreneur, something like that. If you're there, chances are at some point or another you've been a little bit of overwhelmed, right? So let me know in the chat, where are you checking in from, live or replay? Whether you're running a nonprofit, a church, you've got a side hustle going on, you're doing a thing, small business. Do you ever get so stressed out by all the demands that come at you? Right? Let me know that I'm not alone in this today. Today on our Training Tuesday, there's some good news for us because there's a way out of that, and it starts with effective planning. And before you roll your eyes, I'm going to help you dive into the power of planning and why it's absolutely essential for us that we're the overcommitted types, right? We say yes to everything because we want to serve at such a high level. And so today, inside this training, I'm going to share 4 of my top planning tips that have been game changers for me and countless other entrepreneurs. So I hope that you'll stick with me. So we're going to go super quick. This is going to be super fast today. So first off, planning helps us prioritize our tasks. When you don't know what you should be working on when, that's when you're not sure what your priorities are. So when you can focus and go, okay, here's what I said my plan should look like. Here's the thing I'm working on. That rises to the top on the priority level, right? What you focus on truly does matter. So you're not going to get lost in the chaos because of that. And so when you are in that space of needing to do some priority finding, head over to suzannecastle.com and I have a free priority planner. You can download it right away, and in 5 minutes or less, it will help you pull all this information out and really sit down and go, okay, these are the things that come to the top of the mind. Then, and only then, can those then occupy space on your calendar as their priority. If it's just up here all the time and swirling around, it is hard to know how to prioritize the things that we're supposed to be working on. So my second tip is practice the 2-minute rule. So if a task can be completed in 2 minutes or less, you should just do it immediately. This prevents all those small tasks from piling up, cluttering your to-do list. Think about the paper that you don't file right away, so it sits. And now suddenly you have 15 or 20 papers. And now you have to create a file. And now you can't remember where the file needs to be stored. Do you see how this works? So really in 30 seconds, you open up the file drawer, you put the paper in, and you're done. So following that 2-minute rule will really help you get some of those little niggly things that when they pile up, need lots of time and attention. Just get it done, right? Get it done. Tip number 3, we want to schedule buffer time. What do I mean by that? We need to be leaving room in our schedule for unexpected interruptions, right? You know that they happen, right? The emergency, someone comes to your door. Maybe you just need to simply recharge. I am a big believer in between meetings, whether they are online or wherever, to take a little walk, right? Could be 5 minutes. I also love doing my own little 2-minute dance party in my office, right? So things like this, they really help clear my mind. They amp up the oxygen in my body so I feel a little more energized for the next thing without feeling like I'm just stuck all of the time. And building buffer time in my day also ensures that I have flexibility, right? If something needs to change, a meeting goes long, it's okay. I've built in buffer time. I'm not from this to this to this to this. Somebody's knocking on my Zoom door, right? Like, I don't want to be in that space. And even if it takes me a little bit longer to get across town because of the train or a school bus or whatever, I've built in enough buffer time on my schedule so I don't show up stressed out, because no one wants to work with people that look frantic all the time, right? They don't know how to do that. So this kind of really reduces that risk of feeling overwhelmed. So if you started this little training with me today and you're like, yeah, I'm overwhelmed, look at your calendar. Are you building in those buffer times? That is one way out. Okay, my 4th tip for you today. Learn to say yes strategically. What do I mean by this? Well, when you are presented with new opportunities or requests, you want to be able to evaluate them based on their alignment with your goals, with your priorities. So you want to say yes to those opportunities that move you closer to your objectives, right? To your 90-day plan, right? But being polite, right, doesn't always work. So when you are able to say, I am saying yes to these things, when something comes along that isn't quite the right time, it's so much easier to say, you know what? This quarter, I am choosing to focus on this. I love this opportunity. Could I check in with you next quarter? Now it just sounds better. You don't sound ugly. Your little heart isn't going to be broken because you feel like, oh, this chance is never going to come around again. It just means the timing's not right for you yet. So you want to be able to live into your yeses in a strategic way and politely decline those that don't. Now, I don't want you to take my word for it. There are so many inspiring stories from women who have used planning to skyrocket their business, right? I have 22 of them right now in my small group program that are seeing the ways that planning can support their big dreams, get them out of overwhelm, get them off of that burnout bus, so to speak. And I am routinely sharing strategic planning with them in one-on-ones and our group coaching, etc. So I want to get practical with you. Remember, I'm giving you that priority guide. So go to SuzanneCastle.com. It's under the free resources. Grab it, use it. It's what I use when I'm beginning to feel like I'm not really sure what I should be working on. Embrace the power of planning. It is your way out. Take control of your destiny. If you don't like your feeling, you get to be in charge of changing that. I believe that a well-planned day is what leads to a successful tomorrow. Okay, until next time, stay organized, stay fabulous. I'll see you next Tuesday.